Hi and welcome back to the Big Knit Energy YouTube channel. My name's Sammy and this is episode 38 of my knitting podcast. Today I have a few things to show you. I've been doing some spinning, some sewing, and some knitting. I took an extra week in between episodes, not for any real reason other than I just wasn't feeling quite my best last week, so I have some good knitting progress to show you. I have a finished object and a new cast on, so let's get started. Alright, so here is my first finished object, well, my only finished object, and these are the Fae socks. These are, I knitted them like a midi length. I think there's 14 rounds in the cuff, 37 in the leg, and then a slip stitch heel flap and gusset. I knit this in a Crafted by the Fates mini set. This is the colorway Found Fae, so it was 5 20-gram minis. This is on the Impressionist base, which is 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. And I did 6 round stripes for each color, and then the gray I used is leftover Moonglow Yarn Co. from the Sharktastic sock set that I got 2 years ago. I just thought that gray looked really nice with these colors, so there it is. I can never tell if I'm in frame, so there's those. And I really love the way the colors worked up. They almost fade together with the speckles from one color leading into the next color, so they work so good for stripes. And I didn't have, oh, let me shut up for a second. And I don't have a lot of self-striping yarn, so it's kind of fun to make your own stripes when you want the same vibe. And it wasn't so bad because I knit over all my ends, so before I joined in the next yarn I knitted over it at the end of the row before, and then when I start that yarn I knit over the end of the previous yarn, so I actually didn't have to weave in that many ends. And oh, I'll show you guys my squares because some of them are made with the same yarn. So this is for a crocheted granny square blanket I'm making, and these are still me catching up on yarn that I used previously. So I make squares out of all of my scraps. These take about 4 grams. I am crocheting them with a 3.75 millimeter hook and using sock yarn because that's mostly what I have anyways, especially for scraps. And this is a Crafted by the Fates mini that I used in my toothpaste colored socks. This is a mini that I was gifted by the Skein Witch when I bought one of her project bags. This is a flamingo themed colorway from Hypnotic Yarn. This is a mini from Arkansas Yarn Co. that came in a Hypnotic Yarn box, or a Yarnable box. And then these are all from my leftovers from the Found Fae Socks. So I don't think I can hold 5 at once and show you guys. Maybe I should have tried to figure this out ahead of time. Well, kind of. But they're really cute. So like some of the colors I repeated more, like these two I repeated the most. And this one actually, she did make a colorway in the shop. I don't know if there's any left, but you should definitely go take a look. And I had about 10 grams left of each of those. And then for the other colors that I didn't use as much, like these two, I had I think about 12 grams left. So those are my squares. I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I have a lot more scraps that I can add in. I was just using all my smaller scraps first. Some scraps I had literally like none left after making the square. So it's nice to use up as much of my yarn as possible. And then I will show you guys progress on my whip. This is my Whitmore cardigan. So here it is. It is a shorter cropped cardigan. I am making it to go over a dress, so I didn't want it super long. And I did knit it to the shorter body length. And then I have this sleeve about halfway done, a little more than halfway done. I'm doing the non-tapered sleeve, so it's gonna be a little bit balloony at the end, but not a lot, because there's no increases. It's just gonna be a rapid decrease before the cuff. And here is my progress keeper on the back. Oh, my hem is flipping up a little bit. I don't know why. I haven't blocked it yet, obviously, that's why. So there's my progress keeper on the back, so you can see where I was. I had just finished the yoke and done a little bit after sleeve separation. Not a lot, so that's where I was. A lot of progress. It has been 3 weeks, but as soon as I hit the sleeves, I slow down. Which doesn't really make sense because I like knitting in the round and I like small circumference knitting. I don't mind magic loop when it's in socks. But as soon as I hit sleeves, suddenly I no longer want to knit something. So my plans for the close future are to knit short sleeve things. It is summer anyways, and I live in a warm climate, so I would get a lot of use out of shorter sleeve things. But yeah, that's the Whitmore. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys about the yarn. I don't think I have a label in here, do I? Oh yeah, I do. I'm knitting this in a Woolberry Fiber Co. In the colorway Peachy Keen. This is on the Berry Cornrow base, which I no longer see on the website, but it's 100% non-superwash US Cornrow. So there's that. And I have buttons too. So let me just wait till I'm back in frame to talk. So I ordered some buttons off Etsy. And I got 4 types because I didn't know what I would want. I don't actually like picking buttons. I find it a little bit stressful. So this is the buttons I'm probably gonna go with. They're natural shell buttons. I also got these vintage green buttons. They almost feel like porcelain, I don't know. And then I got some square shell buttons. They're kind of color shifty. Also natural, undyed. And then I got these natural shell buttons, but the last 2 are just too dark, and then the green ones, whoops, I just wanted something a little more neutral, so I think these will be it. And they're all uneven, and I like that about them. Hopefully next time I will have a finished cardigan to show you guys. Because I'm making the cardigan for, I have 2 weddings to go to. I don't know if I'll wear it to both, but I'm making it for a wedding that I'm going to in 3 weeks. So I need to wrap it up, and plus there's a lot of other stuff I want to work on. Next up is my new cast on, and this is the Ripple Camisole, which looks deceivingly tiny. So this is the pattern by Jessie May Designs, I think. Yeah. And let me stretch it for you so you can see the colors a little bit. I'm getting pretty close to being done with the body. I think I'm at about 9 inches in length, and it says to go to 12.5 for my size. I'm knitting the 3rd size, I think. But I'm gonna get to 10 and try it on because I do have a short torso, and like relatively wide hips compared to like my bust, so I don't want it to be like riding up all the time because it's trying to go too far down my hips, so we'll see. And I only really plan to wear this with like overalls or like linen skirts that you wear kind of high anyways, so we will see. There's the start of it. This I am knitting in my hand spun. Here's the falling apart cake that's left. And this is a 3-ply fractal. And this is on a braid from Spin Delicious, who is not currently dyeing. I think she was taking some time off for personal reasons, and that's totally respectable, but I am eagerly waiting her returning to dyeing. If she does do that, I'll be so excited because her colors are absolutely amazing and I really love her bases. So this base is called the Big Cozy Sock, and it is 80% Targhee, 10% bamboo, and 10% Tussa silk, and she blends them really good. I don't know if she's the one like combing or carding them or not, maybe not, but they are really well blended, and then her colors are just absolutely gorgeous. If you want to see what this braid looked like in its singles or as the braid, then I have it on my Instagram. But yeah, I originally spun this for the purpose of socks, that's why I made it 3-ply, but I loved it so much. It was like the first hand spun that I was super proud of, so I wanted to make it something that I would get to see more than something on my feet. So I decided to make the ripple camisole out of it. And I'm also trying to get more comfortable wearing tank tops. I don't know why I am not really, but I have a farmer's tan. I would like to get rid of it a little bit. So, oh, and then I have a spinning whip. Yeah. So this is my second bobbin of the Nest Fibers Valentine's Advent. I split it in half vertically each day, so I took one day out, which was a slub or tweed base, because I didn't want tweed in the middle of a smooth yarn, and so I have 13 days. And for the first bobbin, I split them all. I split the half in half again. So this, oh my goodness, I'm gonna drop everything. This one has longer repeats. You can probably tell this one has longer repeats, and this one has shorter color repeats. So this one I split the half into 6, so it's gonna be changing 3 times as fast. And then I'm just gonna apply them together. I believe that bobbin is about 6.7 ounces. This one should end up close to that. And I want to be done with it. There's nothing wrong with the fiber. I just don't like spinning different chunks of fiber separately. So I'm going from like Rambouillet to Falkland, which I don't know if you guys care, but there's like Rambouillet is like a fine fiber and Falkland is like a more medium to coarse fiber, when they have different staple lengths and totally different properties. So I just don't really, or BFL, like I just don't really like just connecting those one after the other. And I don't really like the colors one after another either. I think if I had had a drum carder, I would have carded them and made them into bats that I felt like went together more, but I don't have one. I did order one back in the beginning of February and it was on back order, so it should be getting here in the next few weeks, I think. I finally got a shipping notification from New Zealand, so we will wait and see. And then I do plan on carding some bats with my Jacob wool that I have been processing. So that was a tangent. And then another finished object is this dress right here. I'll insert a picture of it. It's kind of wrinkly. I don't feel like ironing it, and I don't have a steamer, but it's made out of, where should I put my label for the fabrics? I don't know where I put the label for the fabric, but it's made out of Blackbird Fabrics linen noil. And I wasn't sure about the fabric type, so I only bought a yard of it. And it's okay, but it's not really what I was looking for. But I wanted to see if I could make a dress out of a yard of fabric. And I already had this top pattern from McCall's. And so basically I took this top part of the D, or I guess you could also say I took the C pattern and I sewed that, so like the same one that's in this picture, and then I just took the entire rest of the fabric that was left and I gathered it along the longer edge. Is that the longer edge? Along the longer edge, and then I just attached it on. And then I of course tried it on and I had to modify it a lot because I don't know, I just don't know how to make things fit me. So I ended up doing that and it fits really good now. I'll put a picture of it because this is obviously not in frame. But yeah. So yes, it was pretty cool to learn that I could make something I could wear out of a yard of fabric. I feel like everything I want to make I don't have enough fabric for. But yeah, I'm just glad I got to use this fabric up, since I didn't really know what I was going to make when I purchased it. I do have another dress I want to make, at least another dress I want to make. I want to make more before I go to Washington because I feel like I'm going to try to be going to like Spin Cycle Yarns and maybe a couple other crafty places where I would feel like it would be fun to wear clothes that I made. So yeah. And then acquisitions time. So I don't know why I still have these in the bag. I brought 2 skeins from Pretty Twisted Yarns. This is her logo, which is really cute. The dyer is named Teresa and she's super cool. And sorry for the noise. This is from her Blacklight collection, which had all kinds of really cool colors, but I don't need those even though I wanted them. And this black to go with it. So she's making some really cool things out of her Blacklight collection. She's making the painting brick socks right now and it's really cute. But I just got the black. It's Don't Fear the Reaper. And this is on her Lavish base, which is 85-15 superwash extra fine merino and 15% nylon. And I needed a black to join all my squares. So I have, I think, like 15 other squares already ready, and I'm going to try to start joining them with the continuous join method after I finish my cardigan. I'm giving myself a stipulation, a rule, and I'm not going to start doing that until I finish my cardigan, because I have my cardigan like on my spot next to the couch, and I just need to work on the sleeves and get them done. So that is my first acquisition. I'm trying not to buy a bunch of yarn this year, but I did need a black, and I don't have black yarn other than I have a worsted weight cotton that I've had for like 8 years or something. But the next acquisition I have is, this is from Twice Sheared Sheep, and it's a sock ruler. It's also a snap bracelet, but I don't care about that. So I don't have any sock rulers, so I thought this was really cool. It was one of the sock week items. and I won't wear it like that, but I just like it anyways. It was one of the sock week items, but in a blue color, and I got this more minty color. And I'm excited because every time I have to make someone socks, or every time I make someone socks, I don't have to, I have to look it up online. I do have to do that. So I'm excited to have this. And yeah. I do like that it rolls up so you can fit it in your project bag better. Okay. Last acquisition is from CK Creations, and it is a project bag, and it is in this cute Dino Love fabric. And I have one other bag from CK Creations from Caleb, and it is a small mushroom bag that is like a sock project bag, but I just wanted more bigger bags. But this is so well made. I love the quality of Caleb's bags, and Caleb threw in a little yarn cozy that they made. Super cute, very nice. And it looks like they also started making stitch markers, because I saw these on the website and thought they were so cute. It comes with 1 progress keeper and then 5 like captive ring stitch markers. So super cute. It's gonna be great for like raglan increases or anything. And yeah, I just love them. They're so cute. So that's awesome. And Caleb's bags are super reasonably priced, especially for the quality. They have interfacing in them, so they stand up. They're pretty sturdy. Yeah, look at that big boxed bottom. And that's all I have for knitting and spinning and stuff. I mean, I can tell you guys about what I want to cast on. I've been really itching to cast on like all the summer tops. I want to make, well, let me get the yarn and I'll show you guys. Okay, so I have an armful of yarns here. So first up, I want to make a ghost whisperer, but instead of using mohair, I want to use, I have 2 skeins of this Shipui Pebble, and this is in the colorway Mineral. I have 2 skeins of this, and it just seems like a really good summer fiber. And it is, I think it calls it a light fingering, but I would say close enough to lace. And this is 48% recycled silk, 36% fine merino, and 16% cashmere. And I just think the silk content might make it good for summer knits, and it'll still be really open and airy because it is a light fingering. But yes, so I want to make a Ghost Whisperer by Park Williams, and I just think this would look really nice over top of a dress, such as this purple one right here, or over this tank top, because it'll be light and open and see-through-ish. So that is probably going to be one of the next 2 things I cast on. Yeah. And then I also, for the same like wearing over things purpose, want to make a Look at My Holes by, oh my gosh, why can't I remember his name now? You guys know him. Everyone knows who he is. He's super awesome. I'll put it down below. But a Look at My Holes by a lovely human whose name I can't remember right now, even though I knew it like 5 minutes ago. And this is out of Barocco Remix Light, which is 30% nylon, 27% cotton, 24% acrylic, 10% silk, and 9% linen. And this is not a full ball. This is 80 grams, I think, because I started trying to make a sock out of it, and I really did not like this for a sock. I was having a really unpleasant time knitting it, and I was trying to do color work, so I was making it worse on myself. But I think this would make an awesome Look at My Holes. I think this is a fingering weight and that pattern technically calls for a DK, but I don't think it'll matter. So and then I want to make a Oolong Tank. I believe the designer is Amy Sure, and I wanted to make like a neutral one because I don't have a lot of neutral knits or tops, and I wanted to make this in the Hazelnut Coffee colorway by Vita Lifestyle. This is in the Vita Simple Sock base, which is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. And I have 2 skeins of this. So I think that would make a nice Oolong Tank. I've had this for a while and not known what to do with it. So yeah. I'm trying to add some more basics. Next, I want to make the Totally Tank Top by, oh, did I drop one? Oh, there's the Totally Tank Top by, I think again, Jessie May? I think it's Jessie May. Park Williams modeled a lot of Jessie May's patterns, so sometimes I get confused about whose pattern it is, just because I'm so used to seeing Park in everything. But I think that's a Jessie May design. And I'm trying to decide to make it in this Sheep G's Katona cotton. I don't know why I have such tiny skeins, but I have 6 of these 25-gram skeins, so it should be enough. And I'm deciding between that and this, which is a 100% merino fingering weight. This is by Little Wing Fibers, and I'm trying to remember the name of this colorway, but I don't remember it. And I lost the label after I caked it. It might just be called Shoujo Heroes or something. This is from the Shoujo Heroes collection. So I'm deciding between these 2 yarns. I also have this in like a pretty similar color to this purple dress, actually. So deciding between those. Let me know what you guys think. If I don't use this for that, I'll probably use it for a t-shirt ranunculus. So I might go with that. Yeah. Yeah. And the last one that I brought yarn over for is I want to make a Miserina. And it might be by Boylan Knitworks. If it's not, I'll put it down below. But it is a colorwork t-shirt. It's whoever just came out with the Alpine Bloom tee. But it's a colorwork t-shirt that has flowers up top. Tracy from the Grocery Girls has shown hers off recently. And I have some Spin Cycle scraps from my Alpenglow that would work really good. I'm hoping that it'll be this color on the flowers and this color on the stems and leaves. And then I want to use my Crafted by the Fates in the colorway Nowhere News. This is again on the Impressionist base I talked about earlier, and this is from the Courage the Cowardly Dog collection. But I just think that it would be very high contrast with the completely grayscale, like newspaper color to this. So, and then for that, I would probably use just this skein up in the yoke and then alternate skeins or do helical knitting in the rest of it. Just because in color work, you're not going to notice a lot if I'm only using one skein. But yeah, I think that would be really nice. And this is Spin Cycle Dyed in the Wool in the colorway Love Spell. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys right now. So I will see you in a couple weeks. Oh, no. I just remembered. This is going to be so messed up and hard to edit. I just remembered I'm planning on doing Tour de Fleece. I'm going to try to participate in Green Goat Ranch's team. There's a train going by. I'll wait. That might be better. For some reason it's quieter during the middle of the train. So I'm going to try to participate with Green Goat Ranch's team because they seem very like they're just trying to have fun and meet their goals, and not like super crazy about it. I don't know if other teams are super crazy about it. This will be my first time participating in Tour de Fleece, so I'm just gonna make a goal to spend 30 minutes a day, because going for like a quantity or like a stash busting amount would be difficult for me, since I will be in another state for like 10 of the days. So it starts July 1st, and like that first week I'll be able to use my spinning wheel at home, and then I'm gonna take just my drop spindle with me, the one I got from Woodland Handcrafts, to Washington, and maybe I'll try to get some fiber there when I'm at the what's it called? What are those called? Farmers market, because they do have stuff like that there sometimes. So I'll probably have to take some fiber with me though, just in case. That way I have something to spin, and then I can just continue my goal of 30 minutes a day. Since I'm very slow at drop spindling, I couldn't use a like yardage goal or ounces of fiber goal. So if you guys are going to participate in Tour de Fleece, let me know in the comments, and if you have any advice or like fun ways to be a part of Tour de Fleece, let me know. I don't know, it's I'm not really sure what it is that much, so just trying to have fun and do some spinning and maybe get to know some other spinners. So yeah, that is all I have for this week. I mean it this time. I've said it twice already, I think, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.